Welcome to GBeke.
E don read o, APC member don come out expose Tinubu and World Bank unto fuel subsidy gbege.
Correct people, we greet you now. Welcome now to this our channel, DJM where ogbonge tori and update dey happen o. My people, if you never subscribe to our YouTube channel, make una no waste time again o. Make una rush now, make una go subscribe o, and also turn on that notification bell so that anytime we drop any update like this, una go dey notified gbagam. And our Facebook page, make una follow us and make una like. My people, make we quickly run enter the tori and updates wey we carry come for una this time around. Make una watch.
Yes, so my people, wetin dey happen for APC? This one wey be say they just dey carry theirself, dey open theirself yansh anyhow like this. Na one of their member like this don grant interview na when he go talk wetin he no talk, wetin he talk and all wetin he talk concerning Tinubu o, World Bank o, everything concerning the palliative wey they talk say they wan bring come because of the fuel subsidy removal. My people, I no talk too much o. I go leave una now make una watch this analysis from this guy. Wetin he analyze everything wey talk concerning this gbege wey dey for APC and this APC member so make come expose Tinubu concerning the palliative wey they say they wan bring come for this fuel subsidy removal. My people, make una watch. We dey come.
The video I'm about to show you contains very annoying revelations made by an APC member about the true intentions of the World Bank. And from the revelations made by the speaker in the video, who happens to be a top APC member, it shows two things. Number one, the intentions of the World Bank for the poor masses of Nigeria, and exposes the fact that Tinubu is aware of these intentions and exposes the real reason why Tinubu actually increased the pump price of petrol. Contrary to what Tinubu has been claiming, it was not a decision that was reached by him. It was a decision that was reached for him. Watch the video and then we'll come back and talk more.
I have always said that nobody should trust the World Bank. And the developing countries of the world should always suspect the World Bank.
Why is that?
Because World Bank can never give you something that makes you develop. World Bank will give you every loan and every assistance that will make you depend on the developed countries, that will make you develop on rely on Europe, the Americas, Western and Eastern Europe, and other countries who are their patrons, so that you don't develop. Well, we've taken the loan, but let it just be, it is something that will last for only about 2 weeks. It will not sustain Nigeria. One of the encouraging steps that the World Bank sought to make to assure Nigerians, to give government comfort to remove fuel subsidy. So I think it was an unsolicited action by the World Bank just to encourage us. I am of the APC, we are of the APC, and both of us are bound to defend the policies of our government. And therefore, His Excellency, our President, thought it wise to make this submission to the National Assembly. Don't forget that, as you've stated in your narrative, the former president also made that request, but it wasn't agreed to.
From what Senator Ita Enang just said, he's a ranking APC member. In fact, he was former senior special assistant or special advisor to President Buhari on National Assembly matters. So that's to tell you how high up he is. And if there's somebody who would know about the true intentions of the World Bank and the whole reason behind this so-called fuel subsidy removal, it is Senator Ita Enang. And from what he just said, you can read between the lines and see that really the whole decision to remove fuel subsidy was not a decision of our government. It was a decision of the World Bank and the IMF. And they tried to force it on Buhari. So to make it easy for him to implement the whole removal of fuel subsidy, which should have actually been prosecution of people who corruptly and fraudulently collected fuel subsidy money for fuel that was not supplied, they said it was fuel subsidy removal. You see that the whole idea was forced on Buhari. And to make the whole idea palatable for Buhari, they offered to give Buhari a loan of 800 million US dollars under the name of palliatives. Tinubu, Buhari both knew that the whole intention of the World Bank for calling for the Nigerian government to increase the pump price of fuel in the name of fuel subsidy removal was not to benefit the people. In fact, on the contrary, they knew that it would make life difficult for the Nigerian masses. They knew, but they still went on to implement it anyway. Senator Ita Enang just said it now, that the World Bank never means well for developing countries. So the question is, why will Tinubu dance to the tune of the World Bank against the desires of the people of Nigeria? Who is Tinubu working for? Why is he choosing to work for that particular group of persons against the national interest of his own country? What is it that they have on Tinubu? Is Tinubu compromised? These are the questions.
What will sustain Nigeria and Nigerians is a sustainable action at the small scale level for almost every local government or every 3-4 group of local governments to have a refinery park where they are refining petroleum products, petrol, diesel, and all that. I have been on this advocacy for years. One, that we should convert the artisanal refineries into use and develop it. Now, I have gone beyond that. Right. We're now saying, look, there are in other countries of the world, as at today, many nations which are decommissioning their existing small-scale refineries because of the zero emission, right. You know, that decommissioning. And some of those refineries are lying west in those countries. Why don't we get them decommissioned, decoupled, and then we containerize them back to get to Nigeria? Or in the alternative, we simply look at those that are suspected to be owned by Nigerians or by some Nigerians, which some Nigerians have interest in most of those countries where they are refining petroleum products and sent to Nigeria. Because it is alleged, and let me use the word alleged again, that why people in the NNPC and people in the oil industry and those who are in the family of the petroleum will not want any refinery in Nigeria to work is because, and will not want the petroleum refined in Nigeria, is that they have interest in either in the petroleum refining industries and refineries outside the country. So, even the one in Niger. Now again, most of them are surviving on the vessels in the sea, which are bringing this product, and so they wouldn't want it to end. Finally, I mean, to conclude on this matter, yes. I want to say that, look, we have a lot of fund in this country. There is the 800 million naira, which we are told we've saved from removal of subsidy in the a month, 400 for 2 months. It is 800 naira. Right. We should take that money, get it as a loan from the federation account, just like we did in the power sector under Obasanjo, and then use it in building small-scale refineries. Second, there is the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF. Right. It was intended to create and use the money to develop small-scale industries, including small-scale refining in the petroleum sector. There is also the Local Content Development Board Fund, the monitoring board. There is fund in that account. There is the
so in other words, what you're saying, look,
there are so many money,
Nigeria
so much money
really has no business going and borrowing.
You can't borrow. We have enough money in country to use.
It is amazing and surprising how our politicians and political office holders actually have these very beautiful ideas before they get into office, and then they forget about those ideas while they are in office, and then they remember those ideas after they have left office. Look at the beautiful things that Senator Ita Enang is speaking about. This is the immediate past senior special advisor or assistant to the President Muhammadu Buhari on National Assembly matters, talking this beautifully, the one will wonder, why were these positions not pushed to President Buhari while Etan Enang was his senior special advisor or senior special assistant? Why? And then he's making a case for how we need artisanal refineries or modular refineries. He has answered the question himself. The World Bank does not want Nigeria to have the capacity to refine petrol locally, except it is through organizations or companies that they have shares in. If you don't know, it is already reported out there that the Dangote refineries is 70% owned by a company called IIBDG, which has funding drawn from here and there and ties with the International Financing Corporation, which is an arm of the World Bank. So if any refinery, artisanal or whatever, modular or whatever, is not owned by these foreign corporations who will give them foreign direct investment to have major ownership in those so-called artisanal or modular refineries, they simply will not be allowed to function. And that is why you see our government officials, our politicians destroying artisanal refineries in the name of, oh, they are the ones doing oil bunkering in the Niger Delta or stealing our crude oil. Because these so-called big-time multinational corporations do not have a stake in them.
Yes, so my people, and the updates will carry confidence like this be this. So I see a reason and make una drop on a comment and make una don't forget to like and share. Una do well. See you in the next video.
DJ